Could the future of medicine be sitting in your living room, humming away on your desktop? Imagine a world where a doctor can print a new heart for a patient in need. A world where the long waiting times for organ transplants are a thing of the past. This isn't a page from a science fiction novel, but a real possibility brought to life by the amazing world of three-dimensional printing. Three-dimensional or 3D printing, a technology that's been around since the 80s, is now making strides in an area where its impact could be truly life-changing: medicine. Today we're going to explore the potential of this technology in revolutionizing the medical field. 3D printing in medicine can be likened to a magic wand that has the potential to rewrite the rules of healthcare. From creating intricate body part models for surgical planning, to developing customized prosthetics, and even bioprinting live tissues for organ transplants, the applications of 3D printing are vast and varied. The beauty of this technology lies in its versatility. It can cater to individual needs, creating tailor-made solutions for each patient. Imagine, if you will, a world where each medical treatment is as unique as the person receiving it. But it's not just about creating physical components. 3D printing is also poised to revolutionize the pharmaceutical industry. The ability to print drugs layer by layer could allow for personalized dosages, targeted delivery, and even the combination of multiple drugs in a single pill. In the realm of medical education too, 3D printing is set to make waves. By providing hands-on models for medical students to practice on, it can bridge the gap between theory and practice, making learning more effective. As we delve deeper into the potential of 3D printing in medicine, it's clear that we're standing on the brink of a healthcare revolution. The possibilities are endless and the implications profound. So let's ask ourselves again, what if the next big breakthrough in medicine isn't a new drug, but a new way to create it? Before we delve into the miracles of 3D printing in medicine, let's understand what 3D printing is all about. 3D printing, also known as additive manufacturing, is a process that transforms digital designs into tangible, three-dimensional objects. This is achieved by adding material layer by layer, which is where the term additive comes from. It's like building a sandcastle grain by grain, except with 3D printing, you're using materials like plastic, metal, or ceramic. Let's break down the process. It starts with a digital design created using 3D modeling software or borrowed from a 3D scanner. This design acts as a blueprint for the 3D printer, guiding it on the shape, size, and intricate details of the object. Once the design is ready, it's sent to the 3D printer. The printer then heats up the selected material until it becomes malleable. The material is then extruded or laid down layer by layer, following the digital blueprint. As each layer cools, it hardens and bonds with the layer below, eventually forming a solid, three-dimensional object. But 3D printing isn't just about making cool trinkets, it's a revolutionary technology with a wide array of applications. In the manufacturing industry, it's used to create prototypes, custom parts, and even complex structures. In the world of fashion, it's used to produce intricate jewelry and avant-garde clothing. In the culinary world, it's used to craft unique dishes and edible art. But perhaps the most exciting applications of 3D printing are in the field of science and medicine. From developing new drugs to creating prosthetics, from printing skin grafts to fabricating organ models for surgical planning, the potential of 3D printing is truly staggering. Now that we've grasped the basics of 3D printing, imagine the possibilities when this technology merges with medicine. Imagine losing a limb and having it replaced not with a generic prosthetic, but with one that's custom designed for your body. In the world of prosthetics, this is not just a dream, but a remarkable reality brought to life by 3D printing. Let's delve into the case of Jane Doe, not her real name, of course, a young woman who lost her arm in a tragic accident. Jane's journey to recovery was revolutionized by the advent of 3D printed prosthetics. Instead of receiving a one-size-fits-all arm, Jane was provided with a prosthetic arm that was tailored to her. It matched not only the length and shape of her lost limb, but also its appearance. It was as if Jane's original arm had been replicated down to the minutest detail. But it's not just about aesthetics. 3D printed prosthetics offer a host of advantages over their traditional counterparts. Let's discuss a few. Firstly, customization. Traditional prosthetics are mass-produced, meaning they often don't fit the wearer perfectly. This can lead to discomfort and even health complications. With 3D printing, each prosthetic is designed with the unique measurements of the wearer in mind, providing a perfect fit. Secondly, speed. Traditional prosthetics can take weeks or even months to produce, but a 3D printed prosthetic can be ready in a matter of days. This rapid production time can make a world of difference for someone like Jane, who wants to return to her normal life as quickly as possible. Thirdly, cost. Traditional prosthetics, especially those that are customized, can be prohibitively expensive, often costing tens of thousands of dollars, but 3D printing slashes these costs dramatically. In fact, some 3D printed prosthetics can be produced for a few $100s, making them accessible to a much wider population. Lastly, innovation. With 3D printing, the potential for innovation is boundless. Prosthetics can be designed with built-in technology like sensors that respond to muscle movements, allowing for more natural and intuitive use. For Jane, her 3D printed arm was not just a replacement, it was an enhancement. It gave her the opportunity to regain her independence, to participate in activities she loves, and to live her life without limitations. This is the power of 3D printing in the realm of prosthetics. It's about providing people with the tools they need to overcome their physical challenges and live their lives to the fullest. It's about pushing the boundaries of what's possible in order to improve the quality of life for individuals like Jane. With 3D printing, prosthetics are no longer about replacement, they're about enhancement. What if the waiting list for a life-saving organ transplant was completely eliminated? That's not a teaser for a science fiction novel, but a very real possibility in our world, thanks to 3D printing. Imagine a future where the need for a new organ doesn't mean a desperate wait, but a visit to the local hospital where a perfect match is printed on demand. Sounds too good to be true? Well, let's delve into a real-life case study that's turning this dream into a reality. In 2019, a team of researchers at Tel Aviv University achieved a medical marvel. They used 3D printing technology to create a small-scale but fully functional heart. Complete with blood vessels, ventricles, and chambers, this heart was not made of plastic or metal, but of human cells. The team extracted fatty tissue from a patient, reprogrammed these cells into stem cells, and then differentiated them into heart cells. These cells were used as bioinks in the 3D printer to build the heart layer by layer. Now, you might be thinking, okay, that's impressive, but it's only a small heart. What about full-sized organs? Well, you're right, we're not there yet. But this breakthrough serves as a stepping stone to the future of organ transplants. It's like the Wright brothers' first flight. Sure, it didn't immediately lead to the jumbo jets we have today, but it set the stage for what was to come. Let's consider the implications. Every year, thousands of people worldwide die waiting for organ transplants. The demand far outstrips the supply, but with 3D printed organs, we could potentially eradicate the organ shortage crisis. Moreover, because these organs can be printed using the patient's own cells, the risk of organ rejection, a significant challenge in transplants today, could be drastically reduced. However, it's not all rosy. There are still many hurdles to overcome. For one, the creation of larger, more complex organs is currently beyond our reach. The process is also time-consuming and expensive. But with advancements in technology and more research, these obstacles are not insurmountable. In conclusion, 3D printing holds immense potential in revolutionizing organ transplants. While we're still at the dawn of this new era, the progress we've made so far is promising. From a small-scale heart to potentially life-sized, patient-specific organs, the journey is fascinating and the destination transformative. The organ transplant crisis could become a thing of the past, thanks to 3D printing. We're not there yet, but with continued innovation and determination, that day might not be as far off as it seems. So, here's to a future where organ waiting lists are obsolete, where a new heart, liver, or kidney is just a print job away, and most importantly, here's to a future where the phrase "too late" is taken out of the transplant equation. Imagine a future where drugs are not only personalized, but also printed at home. Now let's dig into a fascinating case study that brings this future into the present. Picture a world-renowned pharmaceutical company, Aprecia. They set a milestone in the history of medicine by developing the first FDA-approved 3D printed drug, Spreedum, designed for patients who suffer from epilepsy. But what's so special about this 3D printed drug, and how does it differ from traditional ones? The magic lies in the process known as Zipdose technology, a 3D printing technique that creates a porous formulation, allowing the pill to disintegrate in the mouth with just a sip of liquid. This is a game changer for patients who struggle to swallow large, hard pills, such as the elderly or children. But the real revolution is in the customization. Traditional drug manufacturing uses a one-size-fits-all approach. However, 3D printing allows for individual customization, altering dosages to the specific needs of the patient. This not only ensures the precise amount of medication needed, but also reduces side effects caused by overdosing or underdosing. Let's take a hypothetical scenario. Suppose we have a patient, let's call her Jane. Jane is a 70-year-old woman with a unique combination of medical conditions. Her doctor prescribes a specific dosage that is not available in standard pill sizes. With 3D printing, Jane's doctor could potentially design a pill with the exact dosage she needs, avoiding the risks associated with split pills or multiple pills. But the potential of 3D printing in drug development doesn't stop at customization. It extends to accessibility. Imagine a future where instead of waiting for your prescription to be filled at a pharmacy, you could print your medication at home. This could be a game changer, especially in rural or underdeveloped areas where access to pharmacies is limited. However, it's important to note that we're not quite there yet. The technology is still in its infancy, and there are numerous regulatory, safety, and ethical issues to be resolved before we can print our drugs at home. But the potential is there, and scientists are hard at work innovating and pushing the boundaries of what's possible. So, let's take a moment to appreciate the significance of this technology. It's not just about a new way to make pills, it's about a shift in the way we approach healthcare. It's about moving from a one-size-fits-all model to a personalized, patient-centric model. It's about giving doctors the tools they need to provide the best possible care for their patients. With 3D printing, personalized medicine could move from the lab to your living room. And that, my friends, is not just a revolution in medicine, but a revolution in the way we think about health and wellness. What if medical students could practice surgeries not on cadavers, but on accurate 3D printed models? Imagine the possibilities. This isn't a scene from a futuristic movie, but a reality that's unfolding in medical schools around the globe today. 3D printing technology has opened up a whole new realm in medical education, offering realistic models for practice that were previously unimaginable. Let's delve into a case study to understand how this technology is revolutionizing the way medical students learn. Consider the University of Michigan's medical school. They've been pioneers in leveraging 3D printing technology in their curriculum. In the past, medical students had to rely on textbooks, diagrams, and perhaps a few real-life observations to understand complex anatomical structures and surgical procedures. But now with 3D printing, they can hold, examine, and even dissect these structures in their hands. These 3D printed models are not just plastic replicas. They mimic the intricate details and textures of real human organs, right down to the last vein and capillary. And it's not just about anatomy. These models can also simulate pathologies like tumors in the brain or blockages in the heart. Imagine a medical student preparing for a complex neurosurgery. Instead of poring over diagrams, they can now practice the surgery on a 3D printed model of the patient's brain, which replicates the exact size, texture, and location of the tumor. This hands-on experience allows the student to understand the surgery's intricacies, enhancing their confidence and skills before they even step into an operating room. Moreover, these 3D models are not one-size-fits-all. They can be customized to match the exact specifications of a patient's anatomy. This personalized approach to learning allows students to understand the wide range of anatomical variations they'll encounter in real clinical scenarios. But it's not just about surgical practice. 3D printing also aids in understanding pharmacology and physiology. For instance, a 3D printed model of a kidney can demonstrate how a drug gets filtered and excreted, providing a tangible visual aid that textbooks simply can't offer. This technology also promotes collaborative learning. Medical students, nurses, and even patients can gather around a 3D model, fostering discussions and shared understanding that's often hard to achieve with traditional teaching methods. So, is 3D printing the future of medical education? It certainly seems so. While traditional teaching methods will always hold their value, the addition of 3D printing offers a hands-on, tangible, and realistic approach to learning that's truly game-changing. The potential of 3D printing in medical education is enormous, and we're only scratching the surface. As the technology continues to evolve, so will the ways it can be utilized, pushing the boundaries of medical education further than ever before. With 3D printing, the future doctors are getting hands-on experience like never before. This technology is not just shaping the future of medicine, but also shaping the doctors of the future. Like any revolutionary technology, 3D printing in medicine isn't without its challenges. The potential of 3D printing in healthcare is immense, but it's not as simple as just hitting the print button. From a technical standpoint, there are several hurdles we have to overcome. For one, creating a functional 3D printed organ that can be transplanted into a human body is no small feat. The process involves not just replicating the physical structure of the organ, but also ensuring it functions properly, This requires a deep understanding of human biology and the ability to precisely control the 3D printing process. Then there's the challenge of materials. The biomedical materials used in 3D printing must be biocompatible, meaning they can't harm the body or cause an immune response. They also need to be durable enough to withstand the harsh conditions inside the human body. Finding materials that meet these criteria is a major research endeavor. Beyond the technical challenges, there are regulatory considerations. Any 3D printed medical device or organ must meet stringent safety and efficacy standards before it can be used in patients. This involves rigorous testing and clinical trials, which can be a lengthy and costly process, but it's a necessary one to ensure patient safety. And then there are the ethical considerations. For instance, who has access to 3D printed organs? Will they be reserved for the wealthy, or will they be made available to everyone, regardless of their ability to pay? And what about the potential for misuse? Could someone use a 3D printer to create a harmful device or a bioengineered weapon? Another ethical concern is the potential for creating designer organs or body parts. If we can 3D print a heart or a liver, what's to stop us from modifying it to enhance its performance? And if we can enhance one organ, why not the entire human body? These are profound questions that we, as a society, will have to grapple with. There's also the issue of patient consent. If a doctor uses a 3D printed organ for a transplant, does the patient need to understand how that organ was made? And if so, how much detail should they be given? These are complex questions with no easy answers. In conclusion, while 3D printing holds great promise for the future of medicine, it also presents a host of challenges and ethical considerations. We must navigate these carefully, balancing the potential benefits with the potential risks. We must also ensure that the technology is used in a way that is fair, equitable, and respects the rights and dignity of all individuals. The path to a 3D printed future in medicine is exciting, but it's not without its hurdles. 3D printing in medicine is not a distant dream. It's happening right now. We've embarked on a journey through the innovative world of 3D printing where imagination meets reality, and the future of medicine is being reshaped. Let's take a moment to reflect on our journey. We started at the dawn of this technological revolution, delving into the basics of 3D printing. We discovered how a simple concept of layering materials can transform the way we conceptualize and create objects, and how this principle is revolutionizing healthcare. We then explored the profound impact of 3D printing in the field of prosthetics. Personalized, affordable, and rapidly produced prosthetics are no longer a luxury, but a reality, changing lives and bringing hope to millions. As we ventured further, we uncovered the remarkable potential of 3D printing in organ transplants. The concept of bioprinting organs, once a storyline confined to science fiction, is gradually becoming a tangible reality. This breakthrough could potentially save countless lives and eliminate the agonizing wait for organ transplants. Moreover, we examined how 3D printing is transforming drug development. From personalized medication dosages to complex drug release mechanisms, 3D printing is set to make medication more effective and patient-friendly. And let's not forget the educational benefits. 3D printing provides medical students with tangible, accurate models, enhancing their understanding and skills and preparing them for the complex world of medicine. Yes, there are challenges and ethical considerations. As with any groundbreaking technology, we need to tread carefully, ensuring that the benefits outweigh the risks and that everyone has fair access to these advancements. The future of medicine isn't just about new drugs or treatments, it's about how we create them. And 3D printing is leading the way. This is not just a chapter in a textbook or a scene from a sci-fi movie. This is real, this is now. And this, my friends, is just the beginning. Thanks for watching. Until next time, subscribe for more health and wellness tips.